In this video, I'm going to show you the 5 things that I will grow again and the 5 things that I won't grow again. Cheers. G'day everybody and welcome to my Aussie gardening kitchen. If it's your first time here, my name's Darren, but please call me Daz. And in today's video, I'm going to give you the 5 things I will grow again and the 5 things that I won't grow again. So yeah, let's get straight into it and see what they are. Almost forgot. This is part of a collaboration by Danny, a good friend of mine at Wicked Awesome Gardening. Please check out her channel. I'm going to put the playlist in the description down below, so please check out the other videos by all the other participants. Okay, so you might have gathered that I'm out here in the orchard, and that's one of my things. I don't know if it's my number one, but it's one of the things I will grow again, and that's fruit. Now, I could be specific and name specific fruits, but I'm going to cheat if that's possible. And I'm just going to put fruit into the one category because I absolutely love growing fruit. It's just awesome coming out to the orchard at the right time of year and coming up to a peach tree and just grabbing a ripe peach off the tree and just sinking my teeth into it, and the juice is running down my hands and the smell of that fresh peach, oh man, it is so good. And then just here beside me, this is one of my cherry trees, and cherries, I mean, how can you not like walking up to the tree and plucking some cherries off, and they're that shiny mahogany red color and you bite into them and they're juicy and sweet, and fruit is definitely one of the top 5 for me. Okay, hang on just for 1 minute. I need to pause things because I clearly knew what this collaboration was when I said that I was going to do it as well. And somehow between me grabbing this camera and going outside, I've totally forgotten that it's about vegetables, and I've gone and included fruit in my list. So can I just point out that yes, I do know the difference between fruit and veggies, but unfortunately I've gone and filmed a bunch of stuff with fruit, and you know what? I'm just going to chuck it in there. I messaged Danny and told Danny what I'd done, and Danny was, yep, no worries. So yeah, this collaboration about the 5 vegetables that I will grow and won't grow again, my video is going to include some fruit. So sorry about that. Cheers. Butternut squash, or butternut pumpkins as we say here in Australia. I absolutely love growing butternuts. They're so easy to grow and you can get so many from the one plant. Just one seed and you get so many beautiful, delicious guys like this. Absolutely love them. Once I harvest these, they store so well and for so long. So it's great to be able to get out there, harvest them as they're ready, let them cure for a while, and then put them into storage, and you just know that you've got these sitting in storage waiting for you for quite a long time. And wow, do these make some really good recipes. Now there's obviously soups, and my favorite is to roast them. I like to slowly roast them and get them to caramelize and go all sticky and dark on the outside in the oven. Oh yes please. But I also love to dehydrate these and make a powder. If you've not tried dehydrating pumpkins or squash like this and turning it into a powder, you've got to try it. It is awesome. And there's so many cool things you can do with the pumpkin powder. So yep, for me, butternut squash is another one of my must grows on my list. Cheers. And I just realized I'm standing beside a grapevine. They don't grow on a grapevine. Now that would be a cool video. Okay, so I did say fruit, and I put all fruit into the one category. But you know what? My video, my rules. So I'm going to make berries a different category. Because you know what? Anyone that knows my channel and knows my videos knows just how much I love my berries and how successful I've been at growing berries here, especially raspberries. I mean, look at this. How can you not love coming out to do a video on what you like to grow, and you've got this delicious, I said delicious twice, but delicious fresh raspberries growing. Oh my. So yeah, you know what? I'm going to put berries because I grow blackberries, I propagate them, I've got them all growing here. I've got mulberries. They do so well here. Strawberries. Oh, gee, I think that might be it. But raspberries, look at this. I mean, how can you not love this? So there you go, berries. I'm putting berries on as one of the things that I will always grow. Yum. Oh, love it. Okay, so I'm down on my hands and knees for this one. The next one that I will definitely positively grow again is potatoes. Now, I don't know how good you can see from there, but this is a neglected patch of the garden here behind my raspberries, where I did a potato experiment about a year or so ago, probably a year ago. And they were all dug up, they're gone and everything. And now I've got all these volunteer potatoes just popping up out of the ground. Love growing potatoes. I just love that surprise and that unknowing that you get with potatoes. Say you cut a potato into 4 and you have an eye in each one, and you put that potato into the ground, and then that wedge of the potato, or a whole potato if you put a whole potato, then grows, and hopefully it turns into multiple potatoes. I mean, that's great. You've got one potato or a quarter of a potato, which could be potentially be half a dozen, 10 potatoes. It's fantastic. And yeah, absolutely love that surprise when you don't know what you get until you dig them up. It's a bit of an adventure. So of course there can be disappointment, but you've also got that excitement and that happiness and joy when you get your hands in the dirt and you bring up nice fresh potatoes out of the ground. And yeah, potatoes is definitely one on my list. Actually, the other thing about potatoes, I must say, is that I love the different ways that you can grow them. You don't have to grow them into the ground. You can grow them in containers and in straw, and there's so many different ways. I mean, I've got old washing machine tubs here that are full of dirt, and I grow potatoes in them and they do well. And I've got a garden bed over here with just straw, and they're just sitting in the straw and growing up through that. So yeah, potatoes, definitely another one for the list. Chilies. I love my chilies. Red Thai chilies and jalapeno peppers are probably the 2 varieties that I grow the most here, and I do quite well with them. And as you can see behind me, I'm not sure if you can see it properly in this shot, but I've got an absolute abundance of chili plants all around here in my outdoor entertaining area, along with my jalapenos. And yeah, I just love it. You can't go wrong. I love my spicy food, so whether it's Asian or Mexican, you name it, there's a chili pepper for something. So definitely chilies. And I love experimenting. Like these chilies here behind me, I'm not sure if you can see them properly as I'm looking at the camera, but I've got red Thai chilies planted here, 3 in a pot together. Planted them close. Now this is the 3rd year that I've had 3 pots of them growing together with 3 lots, and they're absolutely flourishing. I just keep the water up to them, keep the nutrition up to them. I trim them back for winter, and in fact, winter here for me in Australia gets cold, no snow, and then into spring I will get frosts. And all I did was put some plastic sheet over the top of these, and that was my overwintering. And as you can see here, I'm now in, what is it, the 4th week of autumn, if I've got that correct. And they're absolutely flourishing. Can't go wrong. Onions. I love growing my own onions. And as you can see here, I've got these ones on the go. And what I love about these is that these are all from my own seed. So every year I will grow my onions, collect the seed, store them, and then grow them again the next year. Now these brown onions, the ones that I've got here, these ones store really well, and I just love the taste of them. I love storing them. They store so well in a dark place for so long. And red onions. Love my red onions. Now, they're not going to store as long as the brown onions, but we go through so many of these. It's absolutely worthwhile. And I just love, even now you can possibly see from there that you've got that nice purple colour down at the base already starting. And there's nothing better than going out to the patch and seeing those beautiful purple bulbs swelling up into the ground and just begging you to pick them. So yeah, onions. I absolutely love growing onions, and that's another one for my top 5. Okay, so things that I won't grow again. And you know what? I don't want to disappoint, but I don't really have a list of things that I won't grow again. I grow stuff that I know my family are going to eat and things we're going to use. So I'm not going to waste my time and resources into things that we just won't use or eat. So I've not even bothered with a lot of things like, say, okra, for instance. I mean, we've tried it, we don't like it, so I'm not going to bother. And I don't know, maybe I have grown beetroot, or beets as other people call it, and radishes, and I actually enjoy growing them, but I won't grow them again because people just won't eat them here, and there's just no point. Now, one thing I probably won't actually grow again, come to think of it, is Amish paste tomatoes. They're a great tomato, and I've read so many good things about them, and that's why I tried them for the first time last year. But I had the absolute worst time with germination, then the growing, and they just did not perform here. Whereas I had other tomatoes growing here, and they were growing like weeds. I just couldn't stop them. It was fantastic. I had such a good year for tomatoes, except for the Amish paste. So I think, unfortunately, as much as I want Amish paste tomatoes to grow here for canning and making sauces, I just don't think I'm going to bother, because I know I've got success with other tomatoes and I'm quite happy with them. So unfortunately, Amish paste tomatoes, I think that's going to be on my list of 5 that I won't grow again. Don't hold me to it though, because I do love my gardening and I may come back to them in future, and you may see a video next year or whenever of me saying, look at my Amish paste tomatoes, they've worked. But no, at the moment, Amish paste tomatoes is probably not again on the list. As far as like not having success and stuff like that, it's only really been the Amish paste tomatoes. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving a big thumbs up and subscribing. That'd be fantastic. And also, please check out this video appearing on the screen now, as you'll get to see some other cool things from a recent collaboration that I've just done. Thanks very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.